Stream, stream, stream. Stream, stream, stream. It's stream. Oh dear. I should get better at setting up my stream early so people know that I'm going on. Actually early, so hello. Anyone out there? Hi world. It's 2022. Well, last day of 2022. Okay, I am 10 minutes early, so I apologise if anyone's watching this who expected to watch this at 10 o'clock and I'm on way too early. Wow, I'm leaning really far back. Need to move my coffee out of the way. Let's see if I change this. Right. Yeah, howdy. I'm in shot. How is everyone today? What's going on in YouTube land? I feel like I should have some music playing, like. What? Oh, while I'm here. Da, 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 da. And what I'm doing. Actually, just looking at some video content for later in the first day. I'm actually investigating kind of good ideas for videos, content, etc., etc. Good. Once I actually get around to sorting it. I wonder how everyone is. So let me know what your New Year's Eve plans are. It's obviously New Year's Eve today. I can't believe we've managed to get the end of 2022. I'm looking forward to 2023 and lots of plans. I wonder how many people though have watched the video I did. So I did a video yesterday, at some point. And in that particular video, I talked about obviously the plans for the channel for. I'm trying to work on quite a lot of different changes. So obviously ADK channels. Look at the ADK. It's going to be kind of a key thing for me. The ADK, brand new. Got a lot of videos up on ADK actually, which is good. Happy that we've got a lot of videos on there. Still not a lot of views, but they're not particularly trying to focus on the reaction element. We are going to be not the fact we've got big old Andy's head. It's going to be more a case of focusing on certain other elements. So Sabaton video did really well. Diana video, well, 21,000 views. It's weird because you get like 9 views on something, 22 views, and then 21. So it's very dependent on what people are searching for and recommendations. So we've got some work to do that, but we start filming again on tomorrow. Actually, tomorrow we'll start filming not tomorrow, second. What day is it? Third. Today's the 31st of December, and on the 3rd we'll be starting film video based out of Club 85. I've got to sort out the equipment for that. What else? We've got quite some good videos coming up. There's a lot less reactions going to be on the Dave Does channel. Definitely. If I look at what I did this year, so I did more than 300 videos were uploaded this year. And growth of the channel actually went down, if anything. I lost subscribers, although I gained overall. I lost a lot of people left the channel. And one of the things around that is you're losing subscribers, you're not getting the recommendations, you're getting people getting that push onto their channels. I also felt that I didn't do enough with things like thumbnails. The wording of the videos wasn't great. I'm going back to some of the older videos now to have a real think about how I word the videos. I've noticed if you look at also some of my my peers, so let's have a look at Swaylix. So Swaylix is a good example, another channel that's done something similar to what I did. So if I go and type him in, Swaylix is sitting at the 95,000 subscribers mark, which is pretty much, I think, close to where he was at the end of last year. Right? I mean, he was like around the 90s. So we gained a small amount this year, same as the rest of us. But if you look at what's going on with him, so it's the same sort of issue. Done his collaborations, and whereas before we were getting 30,000 to 100,000 views on collaborations, 1,000, 1,000. If you look at his reaction videos, the reaction 700 views on that one, 200 views on that one. So again, it's very, very similar to what we hit. Now he hasn't done a huge amount of uploads, which is, it looks like he's taken a massive step back on pushing out content, and I get that. I mean, I like what he did here. He just did what is he's done a shock based reaction, and I think this is the problem with channels: is you start doing this content or like working out a little motorbike video, you're just not getting the recommendations. If you're not getting the recommendations, people aren't clicking on it because they watch it. So you don't want to do clickbait. Clickbait is annoying, but people do respond to clickbait. Clickbait does work. It doesn't gain you a lot of repeat views from unless your clickbait is true. And that's the thing I'm trying to work out is what to do. Is should I do more work around the clickbait stuff? I don't really know. I'm not too sure. I probably will go back through some of my older videos and do some clickbaiting. Not in the sense of scammy type of like clickbait, but clickbait which makes you want to click on the video and find out what's going on. Hopefully that will be beneficial. I've started doing some of these videos where I'm doing taste testing, so Turkish foods, which are quite good. I did Polish foods today, which weren't great. I have to be honest. Polish foods weren't that. And I'm going to be doing a lot more videos around. I've got my new drum kit, brand new drum kit. I get that last week. I picked up this drum kit last week, which is a Mapex Horizon. I'm taking it into the studio next week to do a full setup on it, check it all over, drum playthroughs on it, do some videos on it. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good fun one to do. What else am I going to be doing here? Telescribe. Telescribe is quite a Telescribe is going to be an important part of this band or channel this year. Lots of video content coming out for Telescribe. Got a lot of music videos to do. I got music videos. Hopefully, planning some stuff with some new bands coming out this year. We're doing a lot of work with Metal to the Masses. Yeah, a lot of that's going to be on the ADK channel though, so I've got to try and split my time between ADK. Dave Does. So the priority for Dave Does is more around music and collaborations. I filmed Message in a Bottle, Dimas, yesterday, day before, a few days before. We just did I Don't Want to Miss a Thing, Aerosmith, Dimas Sanapati and myself. That was quite cool. So there's a trailer for that on the channel. So we've got those coming through. I was doing some test footage today of some driving videos that I'll be doing. But again, with the driving videos, I've got to wait at the moment. We've got heavy rain here in the UK, so that's just going to take up a lot of time. Excuse me. I've also been ill. So this has been one of my worst years for being sick. Well, a year before I had a cracked rib, chest problems, and since I've had that I've not been well. So I had over Christmas this year I've had some sort of virus chest infection. I'm just starting to get over it now, so most of Christmas Day, Boxing Day I was in bed asleep again, same as last year. So Christmas is never a great time of year for me. But it improves, you get better over time. And so at the moment, I'm spending the time recording. I've got to do some drum tracks for Telescribe today, get those done. I've got some things to do with. I did 2 years ago, I think I did, uh, recording a song using toy instruments. Looking forward to that. That should be fun. What else? Got ready for some of my guitars. Kind of weird. Sold off a lot of instruments this year, which is what I needed to because I needed to pay for drum kits, costumes that we need for the band. The costumes for the band's going to be interesting. I'm just waiting to see if there's going to be any new kind of Alip Ba Ta stuff dropping anytime soon. Let's have a look. I think we all are, but I'm wondering, does the whole Alip Ba Ta reaction videos kind of not a thing anymore? You look here, so he's sitting at 5 million subscribers, which is good, it's growth, but he's definitely dropped off as far as his growth. His last thing he did was Doraemon stuff, which back in over, I don't know, quite a while back. So I think we're all waiting for something. Interesting. Some of my videos do still get recommendations, but no views on it. 6.4. Something. I need to do something to recommendations. Maybe people don't like those videos. I'm going to be doing some Phoenix Awan stuff because I saw a few videos I was actually really interested in doing. So I'm actually working on Sita. What's the video I'm working on? I was working on it, so I've just got to find my notes. Sita Badria, Lagi Ciantic. I'm just working on something on that particular track, and I'll be working on Asia Lavronka Takngin, we'll say, or what that one is, but I'll be working on that video as well in the future. Need my coffee. I'm kind of, in a way, I'm kind of glad 2022 is finished. Wasn't the best year for the channel. It grew by 20,000 subscribers, but actually changing views. But I'm going to be prioritizing, focusing on. I think the main thing for the Dave Does channel will be focusing it on the live, the musical elements, the collaborations, reactions. There will be some, but as I said on the video I launched earlier in this morning, the reaction videos will primarily Patreon requests. So really want to get more Patreon channel if you're involved in that. I may throw some of the reactions over onto the ADK channel depending on what we want there. Again, I don't want us to focus purely on the ADK is not meant to be a reaction based channel. We're doing that at the moment just to keep content going out there while we build the channel up, but we're focusing quite heavily on don't need that on the screen. We're focusing quite heavily on focusing on interviews. So we've got a few people lined up for the January. Bands like Diso Fluid, Venom Inc., Tractor, Germany. So they're already booked in. Birthday Massacre from Canada. So I haven't got an exact date for the Birthday Massacre, but I'm kind of working on that one at the moment. Waiting to hear back from the PR guy, but I think Christmas break, so he's not answering his phone. And then I'm really Band Cold. Really looking forward to seeing if we can get that one signed off. And Persephone. Got potentially Liv Christine, John Claydon from Pitch Shifter, Tom G Warrior, potentially Greg Pucciato if we can. I'm not sure on that one if that's going to work or not. I've been trying to get some of the Indian guys on the channel, but whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. fine. Felix one, try him. That'd be quite cool if we could have him on the channel to have a chat to. Apart from that, the video game. Well, asked me about that actually. I had a comment about that. What's going on with it? Because it's been a while. So because the game is a very old style first person shooter, so it's kind of designed in the vein of like the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003 Doom style shooter. So there's no real massive demand for it, and it's a lot of work going into it. So it's not something you'd ever monetize, but it's more for a bit of fun for me. But while I've got videos that I'm filming, music videos, collaboration videos, stuff like that, I wasn't spending time on the game. The game is at the stage where I've got to do a lot of dressing on level 1, so it's all bits to make it feel like an actual environment. There's a lot of that to do, and that's really boring, but it's something I need to do. And I then got to sort out the AI for the enemies. The enemies are a little bit nuts at the moment, so as soon as you put the enemies in there, as soon as you appear, they go completely ape shit, kind of start running all over the place. So little overkill. I think I didn't manage to use up 4 lives in the space of about 20 seconds of a reappearance, so that they are vicious. I need to change all that, make them a little bit easier. They are I mean, unless you want extreme hit, maybe like later levels we'll do some like heavy sort of stuff. So yeah, I think I've pretty much done all the Alip Ba Ta stuff I can do at the moment. There's not much else on Alip Ba Ta at the moment because he hasn't dropped any videos. But I am, as I said, I'm moving away from the reaction videos. I mean, even people like Ellis, the LS Lamar. Screen. I mean, even with his, so he's done really well on his subscriber count, so he's gained really well. But even his overall, I mean, some of his reactions, 147, 213. This is a massive downgrade as far as what Ellis was achieving. That's nothing to say about Ellis. I just think it's generally what people are doing. I mean, he still has some decent. And he is very consistent in his uploads. So he uploads easily a video a day. Same as what I was doing. But if you look at the overall views, 400, 400, 400, it's people. I think people are moving to reaction videos completely now. Market is saturated. Unless you get something that's brand new that's old in it. And it's weird me saying that because I will be doing it with the ADK channel, but I'm kind of focusing on the ADK channel because of the fact that when we do reactions, it's the 3 of us. There's the banter, there's the annoyance of Andy. As Andy annoys people for some reason. Kirk, who is like an encyclopedia of metal. I mean, the guy knows so much. Quite funny. Excuse me, this chest infection. It's still kicking my ass. What else have we got going on? Oh, you comment on Pantera's 5 minutes alone. So things like that. Pantera's 5 minutes alone was of like oh, I love this. I'm gonna bring this on the screen just for the fun. So let's talk about this Pantera fan. So we did a reaction to the 5 minutes alone live Heaven and Hell Fest, and the reason we said it was more of a tribute because, and if you actually listen to what we talked about in that one, because Vinnie Paul never made up with Phil Anselmo and never wanted it to be a reunion because of how he treated Dimebag, so we pulled that out of it. So this guy is saying, sorry dude, it's disrespectful to call it a tribute. Well, it's not, it's basically a tribute. And tell you it's all about the money. What gives you the right to imply something that's that disgusting? No, it is all about the money. Sorry, Pantera is. I saw Pantera until 1904 live, me too. I'm a huge fan, so I followed the sad path for the years. Phil really grew, and with Rex, I think their only urge is to find peace. Great songs live, really, but they should have done it when they had a chance with Vin. And you can tell that they put so much effort into it. I agree, they did put a great amount of effort into it. And by the way, if you call it a tribute, every Megadeth Slayer, Megadeth, no, because Because Metallica, AC/DC, Slayer, etc., all put out material with that lineup. The Abbots are dead. Ever can't be replaced. But stop all the disrespectful words like tribute. Thankfully, they are rocking the stage, and just get yourselves some tissue, wine in tears. Oh dear, gotta love it. Monica Babes. I'm guessing it's a woman. Uh, the problem is, I'm talking about the Pantera thing because it just came up on my screen. The whole thing about the whole Pantera reunion is it. Yeah, they're playing musically well, and this it's the best Phil sounded in years. But it ain't the same as 1994. But it's the same as if I watch Metallica or if I watch Megadeth now. They're not a patch on what they were in their prime. So I'm glad I got to see them in the prime, and that's why I won't bother going to see a Metallica show, or I won't go bother seeing them at a Megadeth show, because it will just make me feel like, yeah, well, they're not that good anymore. But it's not a great show, but I still enjoy new music when they come out because it's not the same as the live music. I think there's an element of when live music comes out, how much time. Yeah, there we go, Pantera. Hmm. What else to talk about? Well, what else have I talked about? This is just basically 20 minutes of me just talking crap, by the way. I don't know what else to talk about right now. I don't know. What else should I talk about today? Should I do tech stuff? I mean, this is one of the things I thought about. Should I go down the route of like doing like unboxing demos and stuff? But the problem is, I'm not a great guitarist. I'm not a great musician overall. I don't have the setup to demonstrate equipment, so I don't see a massive benefit in me doing it. I'm spending money on equipment which I need for doing videos anyway, and the live capture. So I've spent the money that I want to spend on video equipment. I don't really want to start going out and buying stuff for the sake of buying it to create video content that I'm not going to be able to do anything really with. I think that makes sense. I did consider doing sort of more, as I said, driving videos. I'm thinking of doing because I have a car, I have cameras, so there's nothing to stop me doing driving videos. Um, Apart from petrol, that's really the only major cost in it. So it's something I can definitely do. Studio demos with me going back into the studio playing drums again for a band. Hello, Scribe. Gonna be awesome when this album comes out. So I've got a lot of writing to do today. I've got 11 tracks. Yes, the 11 tracks are already basically tracked, some form or other. At least to guide standards. Guide is important because that's just basically where got rough ideas, rough drums done. Everyone's guide tracking their rough guitar parts to make sure that basically to make sure we understand what we're playing and how they all kind of mesh together. Once we've done that, we then effectively we can then go in, tweak them, change them, re-record it, and then we're ready to record the album. We're trying to record a whole album's worth of material from start to finish and have it recorded within 9 months. We're 3 months in, so we've got 6 months left. So we're planning to start recording in May. We're 9 tracks in, 3 left to go. 1 hasn't even been written. We have 1 riff for it, so I'm actually going to be writing all the drum patterns of what I think would work as a song with that one particular riff, and then sending that over to Mike, who's then going to go off and start working on some guitar riffs, and then hopefully Joe, the other guitarist, will hopefully have spend some time working on riffs as well. And then we have get together end of January, go through all these tracks, and hopefully sign everything off and kind of go, these changes we want to make. We want to change this lyric line, these vocal, secondary vocal. Hey, Sir, how you doing? Yeah, there's a lot to work on. So I'm currently trying to oversee that at the moment. So 12 tracks plus a cover. We've got Raising the Dead, Vernian, Sirens, Ghost Ship, which I think is called Ghost Ship. called Grey Mist. I can't remember. We've lost track of the names. Um, a whole load of other ones that haven't got names yet. So it's still kind of Hail Mary or Hell Mary, I think one of them's called. But they're all kind of, they've got about 3 or 4 different names. They've got the original writing name, then they've got their temporary name, and then some of them have now got their full final name based on the lyrics, which makes it really hard when we're talking back and forth about the tracks. But we're going to get, currently, I think 6 of them have got vocals and rough guides done, although we still have Joseph's rhythm guitar parts to guide track. But I think Dan on bass, Mike guitars, my drums, they're kind of roughly there. We'll then re-record them, get the album recorded in April-ish, maybe May. We're going to focus on trying to get some videos done. So we've got about probably 4 music videos. And we have the choice of either going down the route of, someone asked us, are we going to do individual songs, like do a singles release? And a lot of bands do that now, where they rather than putting a whole album out, they put out a song. And then a month later, they put out another song. And a month later, they put out another song. And we didn't want to do that. I personally didn't want to do that. I was like, I felt like it still need to have the album. You need, if you want to have good saturation of a band to an audience, to give them 10 songs, 12 songs. And we wanted to do 12. We wanted to give, if you're going to spend money on a CD, you want to, we were doing physical CD pressing and still doing digital download. We're going to have 10 songs on the album. 2 songs will be for streaming platforms. But you wouldn't be able to get the whole album on a streaming platform. You would be able to get it from Bandcamp for digital download. So this is all about saying no to the streaming platforms. Streaming doesn't help bands in the slightest. What you're basically doing is you have to promote incredibly hard to get people to listen and get them to add them to playlists, and then hope that you're on there consistently, and then eventually you'll get there. But I mean, there was one band who did, I don't know, like 600,000 streams of their music, and basically in revenue that meant they earned £1,000. That's insane. That's ridiculous. That's no way to run a band. You're not making it, and they're not getting any people coming to watch them live. They're still playing to like 10 people in a pub. So there's no commitment. There's no passion from the audience to watch them, to go and buy their album. They can just stream it. So we're not going to put our album on streaming. It's as simple as that. We're going to make it so that if you want the album, you buy the album. It's if you don't listen to it, it ain't going to change the fact. We'd rather focus on the local scene, build up slowly, but have a dedicated fan base rather than just a streaming based fan base. But we still need to have at least 2 tracks on there. Plus, we need a cover. We've got to do a cover band or a cover song, something, because cover songs do work. So we are writing that at the moment as well. I think that's the last 4 songs to do. We've got the last 3 songs on the album plus a cover. So I've got to do some drum tracking today for the last song. Hasn't got drums. And my job as far as the guide tracking is, well, finished as far as my playing. But what each of them guys do is they send me their individual tracks. I import it in, do a quick mix down, send it back out so everyone can have a listen. And then we can kind of dissect the track as far as what each person's playing. Does that work? Does that kind of interact well with each other, etc.? So that's one of the things we're going to do. Artwork, I have no idea what's going on with the logos. That's Kim's job. She's working on that one at the moment. And stage outfits and stage show, that is going to be March. Yes, we start working on that. But as far as what I'm going to put out on this channel, as I've said, we're not going to do the there will be some reactions, but I'm not going to focus on doing it because the passion isn't there for it. As far as sitting in here in the studio room in reaction videos, I enjoy doing it on the ADK a lot more than I sitting on my own, because I get to discuss with Andy and Kirk the song, whereas here it's just me kind of giving you. But I will be doing some But I think by doing less on the channel, I'll be more passionate about the ones that I do, rather than trying to do 30 videos a month of reactions, which is pointless exercise. And I don't know, maybe you've watched the videos in the last couple of months and seen my passion for doing the reactions isn't there as it used to be. But I do want to be more passionate about it. But if it's hard when you get like 60, 70 views on a video, you kind of feel like what's so that's one of the reasons my reaction videos are kind of going. I think generally, I've even seen some of like the channels that used to have some really high levels of like reaction video content as far as people watching it. They're dropping right off. They're struggling to find content to react to that people are actually interested in watching. They're clutching at straws. They're doing reaction videos to anything they can get their hands on, and you can see it when you change format in the channel. It's always a sign of either desperation if you're doing video reactions, or if you're changing content type, which is one of the reasons I'm doing, because you've made a decision to go in a different direction. So snack food tastings, weird tastings, was just something I thought, well, it's within my control to do, because it doesn't cost a huge amount of money to go and buy foreign foods from world food shops and try them on camera and share your first impressions, because sometimes they're great, sometimes I find some lovely food. Some of the food I've tried in the last few days questionable, but it's a relatively easy video to do, that I can do at home. I don't have to go anywhere special. I don't have to set up any special cameras, so it's within my control. So that's one of the reasons I'm that one. Music collaborations, rather than waiting for artists like Alip Ba Ta, Dimas Senapati, Felix Awan, Josephine Alessandra to do a new song. I've started going through some of the like Indonesian, Japanese pop songs and stuff like that, to look at ones where I can do rock or metal versions and stuff like that, because that's my genre, rock metal. Turkish food flashbacks, yeah, definitely getting some of those this morning. I was doing Polish food flashbacks this morning. I was trying, what was it? Oh, yeah. Choco wafer. Bloody disgusting. Oh, couldn't stand it. And Nopals. They weren't bad actually. But yeah, wafer. What is it with wafer biscuits? Everyone seems to do wafer biscuits for some strange reason. It's the Polish food. It's wafer biscuits. I don't know why, but yeah, they were interesting this morning. So I think I'm back on Turkish food tomorrow. I've got some bags of crisps and stuff I've got to finish off today. So the good thing is the wife, she likes wafer biscuits. So when I open these packs up, she gets to eat afterwards, after I've tried it, because I can't eat that much food. I don't eat that much anyway. A lot of coffee. But yeah, Turkish food, Polish food. I want to really try some Japanese food. Now I've got to find a world food shop that does those, because I've been utilising supermarkets here in the UK, which have world food sections, but they're not the biggest section. Not that much range. I'm going to pop down to one tomorrow and have another look. I'm going to go to one of these like mega superstore versions, and see if they've got anything, some other things. But as I said, I really want to try some of the Japanese foods, and not ramens, not noodles. I hate noodles. Actually, that's a strong word. Hating noodles is not true. I don't mind noodles. If I was really hungry, I would eat noodles. Like we here in the UK, we have pot noodle. It's fine. I don't mind that, but I would probably say it's very much a last resort. If I can avoid noodles, I really would. I'm not a big fan. I quite like sweet stuff, but I get very sick of it very quickly. I don't like too much saturated, so I kind of let. It's quite nice to have a little bit of a nibble, but not too much. Um, what other sort of content would work? That's the question for people on the channel today. What would you suggest apart from reactions? I've done reactions for over 4 years now. That is so much, and I still will do. I will drop reaction videos here and there, so I will be keeping an eye on like latest videos that come out and sharing thoughts on it. But going back and checking old stuff out, I probably won't. We did the originals versus covers. That was quite interesting for a while. I have thought about maybe doing versus covers, but I'm not sure whether to do that on the ADK channel, as that's going to be. I can't wait to start filming that next week. We've done a whole month of videos where we did it via Zoom calls on. So it was like every Sunday we would get up at like 7 in the morning. By 8 o'clock in the morning, we're sitting here on cameras with our coffees and Kirk with his beer, usually at 8 o'clock. He said, um, watching videos. And it was good, but the internet would sometimes drop out, and we'd have to then refilm it, and then I'd have to spend a lot of time editing. Um, but we've now got the new studio, which is great. Club 85, awesome venue, allowing us to use their venue. Partially because we're going to help promote them, because it's important that we want more people to go out and watch bands live, and they're a great venue to do that at. But we really want to spend our time there. We're going to be working a lot with the bands. We're going to be seeing a lot of new bands come out this year. Club 85. We've got Metal to the Masses, which starts in March. Goes on for about 3 or 4 months, so we're going to have a lot of content there. This is another reason why I won't have the time to be doing like daily videos on Dave Does, because I'm going to be doing so much content on the ADK channel editing. But I'm hoping I can get Kirk up to speed as an editor, and he can edit some of the videos and stuff for me, like the reactions and stuff. What's that say? So music lessons. Yeah, what music lessons for me? Probably. Yeah, that would be quite useful. Um, Probably. Problem I have is I don't actually have any formal training. So is it right for me to give lessons to anyone else without formal training? Probably not. But maybe I could give practical demonstrations. So I'm going to be doing a drum setup and playthrough on my new kit next week. So that's Thursday next week. I'm filming that. I've booked some studio time, and the main reason being is I got this kit. It's a second-hand kit from a drum person, boarder, musician, teacher type person. Picked it up in London. Apex kit. I've never had a Mapex kit before. I've had DD drums. I've had Tama kits. I've had a Pearl export kit. It was my first kits, and I haven't had a kit for about 8 years since I sold my kit off. But unfortunately, I needed a drum kit. So because the electronic kit is great for recording, but it doesn't give you any real technicality as far as practice ready for gigs. And I needed to get into the studio. I needed to rehearse, and there's no point in rehearsing on a kit like a studio kit, rehearsal room kit, if the kit is not your own, because then when you go to play a gig, you've got set up. So I needed to have my own kit, but I haven't even used it yet. It's in drum cases. All the hardware's in cases. I'm gonna set it up. I thought it'd make an interesting video for me to unbox it, set it all up, do some drum playthroughs if I can get it to sound okay. Because I'm not gonna be making it up like a recording studio mic up. It'll just be some room mic. So we'll see how that goes. If that video does well, maybe I'll do some covers on that particular kit if I can get the sound right. So I've got some new in-ears, but I've got quite a lot to do. That is to do with Telescribe. But yeah, there's a whole piece of work with Telescribe that I've got to work on. Hopefully more band music videos this year. So that'll be another thing. I'm going to do some behind the scenes filmings and uploading of recording music videos with bands, which will be really cool. I'm really looking forward to doing some more of those. We did 5-6 bands last year. There is one band that I did, Neverworld. Still have not released the bloody music video for. I don't know if the band are going in a different direction. I don't know if it's they're redoing the song maybe. I don't know what it was, but I spent a huge amount of time doing it. It was very story based, and it's going to be one of those ones that I'll probably end up doing it as a video tutorial, maybe, or maybe a tutorial video how that video was put together. Oh, I'm also going to have to relearn how to use a brand new editing software at the moment because Filmora Wondershare. You evil people, you. So I 3, 4 years ago when I started doing editing, I purchased a lifetime license with Filmora Wondershare, and that means that I got updates and upgrades of Filmora from Filmora 8, 9 I was on at the time, and you get upgrades to number 9 to number 10 to number 11, etc. free, and that's your lifetime plan. It said it. However, they changed for a 10 or for a 9. They changed user service agreement to not include the upgrades and change it to update. So when they release the latest version, which is Filmora 12, you have to repurchase it, even though you paid for a lifetime license. So you're getting kind of screwed by the company. Now, I also pay them a monthly subscription cost to access all the effects and stuff like that. So I'm a bit annoyed. Now, there is a thing called DaVinci Resolve, which is a free software, and a lot of people are moving across to it because of this. I'm kind of holding out, hoping Filmora are going to realize how screwed up they are, how much they've pissed off so many editors, and actually honor the lifetime licenses. Because so many people are just going to leave them at the moment if they don't sort this out. Because I'm one of those people that will move. I don't like being held over a barrel, especially as they seem to upgrade from like they only upgraded from 10 to 11 within the last year. I don't want to have to keep paying them every year brand new licenses. Not if there's a free alternative in Resolve. So I'm kind of holding out mainly because all my editing software is all set up with templates, and I really don't have to start all my templates all over again. But if I got to, I got to. We'll have to wait and see. So, but yeah, music lessons could be an option. Maybe I could do maybe lessons on recording. Um, Although there's again, so many people really well. I do have my retro gaming piece, so I have the Dell Dimensions Pentium D, I think it is. I built for to record it, building a music studio for under £200. So I did that video 3 or 4 months ago. I still have that computer. It's kind of sitting behind the camera. I may do something more with that about doing doing custom retro gaming or something like that. But again, need a better studio setup than I currently have because I'm not really set up for filming in that section. It's all kind of having to hold the camera at an angle unless I kind of change the video. And that again is one of the ones I want to try and look at is if I can earn enough money from the ADK and Dave Does channel here. Anyway, that's going to happen is if I put a lot more work into the channel. Could I hire an office space so that I could set up proper desks, more equipment, green screen room, stuff like that, so that I can then film better episodes? That's something I am looking at. So I have looked at some premises. Again, the cost of setting those up versus no money coming in from the channel, lots of money going out and having to spend time because I'm also trying to reduce the amount of hours a week I work in my landscaping job. So I do. Last year I was averaging between 4 and 5 days a week. The 2 days with the wife, which I was still having to do a lot of video editing on those days, get the amount of content I need on the channel, and so that didn't really work. So I needed to reduce that down to 4 days, but that means losing about £400 to £500 earnings. I can't really afford to, so I need to work out how to make £400 or £500. The only way that's going to happen is either through Patreons, sponsorship, and like paid sponsors on your videos. That only happens if you get a decent amount of. So I need to gain views. The only way I can get more views is by better videos. The only way I can get better videos is by doing more hours, etc., etc. So it's a chicken and the egg scenario at the moment for 2020. But I'm definitely wanting to put the time in over the next January and February. From March, I go back into landscaping work. So I have got a few weeks of work in January and February on landscaping jobs, but nothing that is so so busy that I won't be able to get other work done. So the collaboration videos, we're going to drop them down to one video a week. Reactions will be purely on the Patreon only. So the Patreon videos will be reaction videos unless there is something that brand new video drops by Alip Ba Ta, for instance, or a band that I'm really interested in that drops a new video, then I might do something. The tasting videos, a couple of those a week, I'm thinking probably, depending on if there's any interest in them. Wait and see how January goes on those ones. Driving videos, I'm hoping to get at least one a video, drive videos, and some form of tutorial video, maybe. That's dependent on content and what works. Yeah, music lessons perhaps that might work, but I don't know. So there you go. That's today's video. Lots to talk about. Well, some things to talk about, I guess. But thank you for those that did join today. I have appreciated you swinging by. Lots of content coming starting from tomorrow, so keep an eye out for those. And as always, I'll see you on another video sometime soon. Take care.